speaking of managers, how long do you think, again, you're the head of United or any club, how long should you give a manager unless they're absolute trash? But like, what would be, I have my feelings on it, which I'll say after, but like, what's kind of how many years would you like to see a manager in place?
I think the ideal at the minute is not the ideal. The average I think is about 18 months.
And how do you feel about this?
It's probably accurate, I guess.
Okay.
The problem is like, it depends on how the club operates from the top.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, in United's case, they buy a lot of players that don't necessarily fit in with the strategy of the club. The strategy keeps changing. They hire a coach who has one strategy and then hire another coach who has another strategy. They have players in each squad who don't actually fit the strategy of either coach. And then they keep adding to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think maybe you need I think Ruben Amorim will get about 18 months personally. If it's not turned around in the middle of next season, maybe this time next year, I think he could probably be in danger of going. But I think he's got the benefit of having people upstairs who are aligned with what he wants. So it depends really. Like if you take it depends on how well the club is run. If there's another club that's run with cohesion from the top, that has a plan from the top, that it shows up in their coach and in their players as well. If they have a bad 3 months or whatever, it depends on the pressure, as well. If they have a bad run, maybe they can make a change, but chances are they'll probably hire another coach in the same ideal as the coach that they had before. So it just keeps going. Whereas there's other clubs like United that just go from this end of the spectrum to the other end, and it just looks like a mess.
And I was a Ten Hag apologist. It got a little bad.
Me too.
Towards the end. But I'm like, wait, you're just going to bring in someone, the exact same thing's going to happen. Like, give a guy, I like maybe 3 years, unless they're absolute bollocks, but like 3 years to get the players in he wants. But I guess also, what percent of control did he have on signing the players they signed during his tenure? Like, did he have quite a big say, do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Was that kind of on him? Because he brought in a lot of his old players from Ajax, right?
Yeah, like it's probably what meant he went in the end. But really, like there shouldn't be, like managers should have their own input into the players that they sign. But really, the club should always be safeguarding themselves and saying, oh, well, if you don't work, we're stuck with this player. So the club needs to have a plan. And the best clubs out there, like the reason why Man City, or one of the reasons why Man City have been so successful over the last few years, is because they've had a plan from the very top. They sign players that Pep Guardiola will need, that fit the profile of what he needs.